We are 6 days out, guys. 6 days out from my last man standing backyard ultra race. It is getting real. This is gonna be my last long-ish run, probably in the 20K range, something like that. And then we are getting into the full-on taper so we can come into race day fresh. Something that I've been working on is relaxing my shoulders because I find that they tend to just creep up as I run. So I've been reminding myself to just sort of relax the upper body, and it's helping me use less energy overall. And the way that I found out about this was actually from the race last weekend, where there were a bunch of pictures snapped, and I noticed that in almost all of the photos, my shoulders were like raised up towards my ears. And so it's something that I'm staying aware of, and I'm gonna practice. Can't make a ton of change 6 days out, but hey, every time I remember, I'm just reminding myself to do it. 10K in, feeling great, having a blast. This is one of those runs where I just don't want it to end because I'm having so much fun. Another little cue that I'm using is to keep my eyes up and my chest up, because I find that I tend to get into this thing where I look at the ground like 5 feet in front of me, and then my shoulders, everything gets kind of kyphotic. And so I'm saying to myself, you know, head up, chest up, and that tends to relax my shoulders as well. I ended up running a half marathon, so 21.1K. Was that the smartest call 6 days out to run that far? I don't know, but it was fun. I slow cooked a blade roast for 10 hours yesterday, so I had a bunch of it last night, but there were a ton of leftovers. I'll show you how it looks. There she is. Look at all that solidified rendered fat because it was in the fridge. I actually like to eat this cold. Is that weird? I went for a full body lift this morning, which is probably gonna be my last workout pre-race. Definitely my last leg workout. I might get an upper body session in on Thursday, but I haven't decided yet. Then I went and met my family for some lunch. We grabbed sushi, and I received a little package today. I'm gonna be using this for the race. This is the bucket hat of choice. This is gonna save me from the sun. It is gonna be hot out there. I've also got a headlamp coming because if I make it into those later loops after the sun goes down, it's gonna be dark and I'm gonna need to be able to see the trail. And right now I'm cooking up some dinner. I'll show you what's on the menu. We've got some ground lamb right here, as well as some white rice, and I'm gonna top that with some coconut milk. The great thing about this brand is that, as you can see, oh, there we go, it is just organic coconut and water. That's what you're after. You don't want the polysorbate 60, guar gums, all that stuff, as well as some Redmond's real salt. So I've been thinking about this a ton. The thing that I'm the most excited for this weekend is to find out how mentally tough I am, because I've done a few hard things. I have lost 65 pounds. I did something called Vipassana, which is a 10-day silent meditation retreat. No talking, no eye contact, no phones, reading, writing, nothing like that. But I'm excited to challenge myself in a new way and, again, find out how mentally tough I am. We have access to so many different challenges like this in different realms. Obviously, the meditation one is more mental, emotional, spiritual. You know, losing 65 pounds, it's across the board. I mean, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. This is going to be a big physical challenge, but it's going to take a lot out of me mentally and emotionally as well. So it's going to be really cool. I'm going to find out who I am. Also, it's worth mentioning that if you're thinking about taking on a new challenge, you don't have to do something crazy and go from 0 to 100. For example, if you don't run right now, you know, signing up for a 5K in a few months' time would be an amazing little challenge to put together for yourself. If a 5K is easy, a 10K might be a push. If 10K is super doable, a half marathon, and so on. Or maybe it's something like dialing in your diet and or reducing your alcohol consumption. These are all just amazing ways that we can grow essentially through the process of developing new habits and doing hardship. I have never tapered for a race before, and the thing that I'm finding the most difficult is actually not running. So for example, I ran 11K today. I felt like running twice that, but I know that that's not going to put me in the best position to be fresh and ready to roll on race day. So I'm really having to reel myself in and hold myself back running wise. But here we've got a post-run brunch, a pound of ground bison and 6 whole eggs. I'm gonna dig in. All done. All right, guys, the race is tomorrow. I just wrapped up a 5-hour drive to my Airbnb, which is about 20 minutes from where the race is gonna take place. I'm gonna show you all of the gear that I'm using, and I'm also gonna show you how I'm fueling. So gear-wise, we've got New Balance 1080s. We've got a pair of Hokas. I'm probably gonna start with the Hokas for maybe 20, 30K, switch to the New Balance. They're quite a bit softer. ASRV shorts, Nathan little hand flask. I've got a few hat options, a headlamp just in case I run into the night, little massage gun, not even sure if I'll use that, and a cooling bandana. I'm also gonna take these Oakley sunglasses, and there's no shirt here because I'm running shirtless, shocker. In terms of hydration and calories, we've got a ton of Relight here. Learned my lesson from that last race. I want a clean electrolyte, grapes, bananas, some sourdough. I might make a sandwich or two with some Black Forest ham and mustard. I'm keeping it very simple. Now I'm gonna head out for a quick walk. I've only got 4,000 steps today, so I'm gonna shake the legs out a little bit and then I'll show you what I'm eating for dinner. I'm just out for a little stroll here. I found some trails right behind my Airbnb, and this is so runnable. I wanna run. I'm pretty pumped for tomorrow. Check this out. Beautiful. This is dinner, a ton of white rice and ground beef. I'm basically gonna eat as much of this as I can. Digestion is priority number 1 right now. I know that this is gonna sit really well in my stomach, so I'm going with this pre-race. I would have added some pineapple, but I just forgot to get it from the store. So I'm gonna get this food in me, finish editing this video, and then the next video that you will see will be race day.